Well, very warm welcome to everyone. My name is Mark, and today I'm gonna play some chess again. And my cat jumped onto the table, scared the shit out of me. So today I'm gonna play some chess again, like I'm usually doing it. And I'm not gonna take my words any further. I'm gonna start a new game, and hoping that I will reach more wins. I'm a little bit closer to 600 elo than usually I'm starting to stream because I played some games offline and I had the chance to get more wins than I usually do in streams because in the streams I'm a little bit concentrating after commenting my moves and everything else. So I'm just gonna play the game. Oh, hello Testa. Good to see you here at the beginning. Good to see you here. So I'm at 547 elo point. I'm playing against Murphy. He's from America, United States, and he opened up with his queen over here. So I'm gonna move out my here to put some pressure over his queen. I don't know what was his plan. Maybe he's gonna move here right now, but in the next turn I can move my pawn forward by a square, and the pawn is defended by the queen, so there is nothing to worry about currently. I need to be aware of it that I can only open up with that knight to here because I don't longer have the options to go here with my knight, but I can also come here. But after that, that pawn will be undefended, so I need to be careful what I'm doing. I'm also gonna start a little bit of background song will maybe better. So yeah, I will need around 8 wins or 7 game to reach 600 elo. Currently in Hungary it's 7 p.m. 48 minute, so it's a little bit more human time than my usual playing. I was paying attention to be awake and in a more normal time. In next week, I'm gonna go to a doctor because I will need to go there because of job, and I need to go there for 8 a.m. So I will need to wake up at 6 a.m. So I'm trying to manage my oh, work time to be in a normal time. So what time is it in Brazil right now? I'm curious about that too. So now he moved forward by his pawn, and if I would take with my pawn, he would give me a check and also could go for my rook. So for now I will just move my bishop over there to defend the rook, and after that maybe I'm gonna open up with my bishop over here, so I'm putting some pressure over his queen. He can also come here, or not really because my pawn is securing that position. Now he's maybe pushing forward that pawn, but I'm gonna defend that pawn with another pawn, so it will be defended. And he can also go here, and I would have been moved my knight over there to defend it, but I'm gonna move my knight here anyways, so in the next round I can do a castle if everything is correct. Maybe he can go here with his queen, so I'm gonna wait for his move, what he's gonna do. Ten to 3 p.m. Yeah. Then we have 5-hour difference now. Now I calculated with my big brain, so now I at least know the difference. And now I'm gonna do a castle because he moved with his knight, and he can no longer deliver me a check if he moves his queen there. Now he moved here with his pawn. I need to be aware of it, that if I take the pawn, he can take it with his rook, and the rook will have an open field. But or he can go for this pawn. Maybe if I'm moving my pawn over here, he can deliver me a check, and that's not pretty cool. Maybe I need to plan out something else. So if he takes the pawn, I can take with the bishop, so that's okay. But if I'm taking with my pawn, he can deliver me a check. Also, in the next round, he can take my pawn with his rook, so the pawn will be good there. I'm gonna move out I'm not gonna move out this pawn because he can also capture that rook over there, so that's not really cool. So yeah, and I'm curious about how your day goes. That's the, if you don't mind the question. So I will need to. Maybe I'm gonna move with my knight over here, because after that maybe I can move with my queen to deliver a check, and maybe he's gonna move out his bishop or moving here with his queen. My opponent Murphy 2412 is playing very good with his queen, so maybe if I move my queen over here and he will move his queen over there, I will go for a transaction, but I can no longer deliver a check because he moved forward with his knight, so I cannot really deliver a check. And I can also move here with my rook to put more pressure on this square here, and maybe I'm gonna do that. Yeah, it's Sunday, it's relaxing time. You working or studying? Because currently I'm unemployed, so Sunday it's a normal day for me, only that the grocery store and everything else is opened in less time than usually. So the Sunday mainly just that for me. That I need to be aware of it, that I need to go to the store. Wait, I need to think a little bit. So he's currently giving me a check over here with his queen, and if I move here with my rook, I will not lose my rook, but he can go for my knight over there, and after that he can maybe go for my bishop, but my queen is currently defending it. And if I move here with my king, he can go here, or again he can capture two knights, so maybe I lost my knight there. But maybe for now I will just move my... Sadly I cannot save my knight from being captured. So, yep. Yeah, I cannot really save my knight, but I can move here in with my queen, but if I do that my bishop is no longer defended, and if I move my rook over there, that will leave it undefended too. So maybe I will just move forward with that pawn, so into next round if I move somewhere else with my rook, I can put some pressure over his queen. So, oh yeah, studying. Do you do any university kind of things or high school? If you don't mind the question, if you don't want to share, it's okay. I'm graduated from high school. I'm 23 years old. I already worked 2 years in a factory. I'm just trying to manage my money to do more interesting stuff than not really more interesting stuff than studying, but I don't really feel like any university have something for me to study. Like, I'm not really interested in any kind of university study. Now he moved with his queen, so into next round I can move here my rook and put some pressure over his queen, and he can go here of course, but my pawns will be defended. I'm thinking about what to do. Maybe he can go here into the next round, but if he does that, I'm thought about moving my bishop over here to put some pressure over the queen, but into next round he can go here again and capture one of my pawns, and after that he can capture my rook. So, but if I move my pawn over here, he will be forced to move with his queen because he cannot capture these pawns, because these are defended by a pawn and by a queen and by a rook. So for now I will just move my pawn over there, because I already only have 4 minutes left and my opponent have 7 minutes, so I need to be aware of it to do something. So yeah, I'm not really studying anything right now. I only graduated from high school, and I have a profession to maintain PC, personal computers, so I cannot really handle factory computers, but I can maintain PCs, but it's not really a good paying job, so I don't really do anything with it. Now he moved back with his queen. I can move my rook over here, or not really, because the bishop can capture it, so it's not really a good thing. Oh yeah, I understand now. So you do elementary school, I think that's how it's called. But it's cool, it's cool. Now I'm thinking about maybe move my rook over here. And it will be defended by the pawn, and in the next round I can move with my bishop, but I cannot really move here because he could easily capture my white bishop. Maybe I'm gonna start to play with that knight to get more control of the board here, because my knight didn't really do anything. So now I'm thinking how to solve this problem. If I move my rook over here, he can capture it with his bishop, so that's not really cool. Now he moved forward by his pawn here, so I can no longer deliver my knight over here. But maybe I can deliver it here, and in the next round I can actually take that pawn. But maybe I'm just gonna move forward by this pawn. Or not really, because if I move here, he can capture with his knight, I can capture with my pawn. No, oh no, it's worth it because it's secured by a pawn and by a queen, and the only dangers currently here was to queen and to knight. And now he moved away with his queen over here. He can maybe go for the pawn, but I would capture it with my knight, so there is nothing to worry about it. He cannot go for my bishop because it's defended by the queen, so I need to be careful to don't move into a bad place my queen. And if I move my rook over here, I can put some pressure over his queen, and he can go into these lines, and it will be in danger in these lines, so he can only go back somewhere here, but into next hand I can capture his rook, so that's a cool thing to do, so I'm gonna do it. So maybe I can capture his rook. And do you have a profession in mind that you want to study? Because maybe if you have one, I don't want to be a bad example, because it's worth to study in college or university, and good to have a profession actually. But I'm planning to do different kind of stuff to make money. I just want to finish my home, of course. I have a bigger project, but I need to collect more money. That's why I'm going into a factory job again, because it's have a better payment. Because I only finished high school and I don't have a profession, so sadly I don't have an opportunity to get a more paying job. But it's a good thing to have a profession. But I'm trying to manage somehow in another way. Because I like to do side projects like game development and everything. Now he moved with his queen, so now I can capture his rook, so that's cool. And now if he moves his pawn over here, he can put some pressure over my rook, but I can easily move my rook back where it was. It's true that I'm gonna lose that pawn over there, but now he captured with his knight. And now if I'm going here, I can give him a check. He can go back with his knight, or go for here, but I can easily capture his knight, so that's a good thing to do. Yeah, I did some Python, but not really much. My only Python project was to maintain a phone like as a web camera, so currently my phone is working on a code that I made with ChatGPT and Gemini. But it's not really a big code, but I don't really study Python codes, but I know. But Python is, I'm mainly working on C# and Java. I made some programs that are making some transactions for me, so Wait, I need to think a little bit because I only have a minute left. So now I'm gonna move back my rook over here, or yeah, I'm gonna move it back here because into next round I'm planning to move my bishop over here, but through he can move his pawn here into next round. So yeah, now he captured my bishop sadly, but I can capture his bishop too. Because we no longer had the knight here to put some pressure over this square, so it was just a transaction. Now I will need to plan to give him a check or something. It would have been good if my bishop remained here, because I could have been give him a check, but that would be only a check, not a checkmate. So I'm thinking what to do. He moved forward with his pawn. Now I'm not really good. I'm go here with my bishop. So I'm putting some pressure over his queen, and my other rook is have a freeway now. Maybe into next round I will move my rook over here to manage up my other rook here, and maybe I can start to give him a checks, and yeah, I need to focus on it because I don't really have much time left to give him a check. He have 3 minutes too. I remain 48 seconds, so I need to fastly do something. Now I can move here with my rook to put some pressure over this bishop, so he can move if I move here with a rook or something. And into next round I will come here with my rook and move here. He can move his bishop, he can move with his queen, but I can capture it with my bishop, and after that maybe I can work up a checkmate. I didn't program in C+, I work in C#. I didn't work in C+, so now my rook is in a little bit of pressure, so I need to think fast what to do. I will move back with my rook now, or I could have been give him a check. It's a little bit risky to work now. I have 24 seconds left, so I'm trying to think something through how to start to give him checks. He can also capture this square by a knight, so it's not really a good thing. Or it's a good thing because he moved back with his knight, so it's no longer putting pressure over me. But he moved back. Now I'm gonna put some pressure over his queen. And I lost my queen. And he saw that too. This game is most likely a lost game, so yep. But at least I got his queen, so that's good. And I lost because of timeout, so sadly I need 8 wins now to reach 600 elo. I was stuck in really hard in 400 elo, so that's why I'm saying always 500 elo, but I need 8 games. 8? Yeah, I will need 8 games to reach 600 elo, so I'm gonna start a new game, and also I'm gonna close up the curtains, because why not? Because it's a little bit dark now, and I don't want to highlight my face to my neighbors, so that's why I closed the curtain currently. So yeah, I'm programming in C# and Java, and a little bit in Python to do some Android applications, but not really Android application, that was Java, but I had to do some Python to maintain to server for to Android app, so my camera can function for my phone. So now he opened up with his pawn. by 3 squares. If I take it with my other pawn, he can capture it with his knight, and his knight will be more forwarded, and I don't really want that to happen, so I'm gonna put out also this pawn over here. And if he takes that pawn with his pawn, or that not really happened, but I'm gonna take that pawn now. Yeah, there is C and C plus, and there is C sharp. I know about these 3 things. I just only work with the last one that you wrote. That's C sharp. That's what I was learning in my high school, because that was a little bit focused on software development. But in school they tried to teach something, but it wasn't really enough. My only knowledge is from working on Unity projects, and I had to do some work to actually know what I'm doing in C sharp. So I was only focused on it because I had a project that I wanted to do, and my only knowledge for C sharp was there. But luckily I learned to have to think, to program and everything else. So yeah, actually it was a good thing that I was interested in game development and Unity. And I will need to restart my second monitor because it will turn off in 5 minutes, but now I need to think about what to do here. I can give him a check, but he can block it of course with the bishop and the queen. So now I'm gonna do that, and he can no longer block it his with pawn because he moved forward by 2 squares. And he blocked it with his bishop. I'm gonna go for a trade over here because my bishop is undefended. Maybe I'm gonna capture that pawn now. Yeah, and now if he moves with his knight, I can go for a queen transaction too, but I don't really plan to do it yet. And I'm also gonna defend that pawn by another pawn, so I can go out with my queen over here, and the knight will be pinged over there. He can come out with his pawn over here, but I can capture it because nothing defending it, except if he's coming here with his pawn. He came out with his bishop. Maybe he's trying to give me a check now, or going for that pawn, but I can capture it with my rook, so there is nothing to worry about yet. But I will come out with my queen to do more actions. And also if he's gonna go for that pawn with his pawn, I can capture it with my queen. After that I could go for his bishop and do some damages around there. But actually if you study one language and if you get it how to program and everything else, you can convert your knowledge around in 3 months. So if you study one language, you are cool, because you only have to learn how to syntax working differently. So now he move forward with his knight. Now he can capture that pawn, but I can capture with my pawn. He can capture that pawn with his pawn, but in the end I can capture everything, so there is nothing to worry about yet. And also I'm gonna bring out this pawn, so into next hand I can come out with my bishop over here, and he did a castle. Now I'm gonna come out with my bishop. So now if I capture that pawn, he will not go for that pawn because I can capture it with my bishop, so that's cool. So now I'm gonna capture that pawn. And he did go for that. It's true that if I move here, he can go for that with his knight. But into next hand I can come here to capture the pawn, or not really, because he can capture it. Or I can go for that pawn right now, and my queen will be safe, so that's cool. I'm gonna do it now. He can do some transaction for the white bishop, but I can capture it with my knight, and that's good for me because my knight will be more open to do some action, so yep. Yeah. I also studied some HTML and CSS, but it wasn't really my thing, so I no longer studied because I didn't really feel potential in it. Now if I move here with my queen, he can capture my pawn and giving me also a check, so I will be forced to move with my king, but I also forced to move with my queen currently because it can put some pressure over this pawn here. And I don't really know Lua. I didn't really work on it. I don't know if it's a visual program or a normal script one. I mainly studied script-based languages, so I don't really know Lua. Now he put his knight over here. He can, if he goes there, he can give me a check. But if I go here, he can come here with his knight again. But I can capture it for free. So that's cool. Into next turn, maybe I will move my rook over there, so his knight will be also pinged. Now he's almost, I say he sacrificed his knight, but if I go here, he can capture my pawn with his rook, and into next round I will be forced to move somewhere else. Maybe I'm gonna move here, and yeah, maybe it will be no more dangerous. So for now I'm gonna go for that knight. It's true that it's gonna most likely take that pawn, but I'm gonna go here with my knight, and yeah. Now he can go here with his queen to secure the rook, so into next round if he moves somewhere else, I will get a check, but not really. He was going for another pawn, so I'm good for now. So I'm gonna go here with my rook, and I'm putting some pressure over that knight with my rook and with my queen. Oh, it's a Brazilian language, so that's why I most likely don't know about it. Now he is securing that square with his rook, but I'm gonna move with my knight over here to perk up something. Maybe if I... Now he moved out with his queen, he can go here to give me a check, that I can really do anything against it. But if I move my knight over here, and after here I can move here with my queen, and that would end up in a checkmate, so that would be cool. I didn't know that there is a different language in Brazilian. I don't really watch soccer. There was a time when I was betting all matches, so that's why I was watching soccer, but I'm not really a big fan of it. But now I'm also seeing a fork over here, so if I go here with my knight, I can no longer go here to secure my check over here. So for now I will just go here with my knight, so he will be forced to move with his queen to somewhere, but he can also go here, giving me a check, and I will lose my knight sadly. So that was a little bit of unthinked action. But he cannot really take my knight because it's defended via rook, so that's cool. But I was watching sometimes when it was a brick match. Now I lost a knight as I see it now, but I can go for a rook over there, and into next round if he doesn't move that rook, I can go for another one. And I can also go here for that knight, so if he moves here with his rook, he didn't really do that. And I sacrifice my queen again. But he didn't go for it, so that's cool. Now I can... Now if I go here, he can give me... But he can also capture it here with his knight, so that's not pretty cool. But if I go here, I can give him a check and my queen will be safe. Now he moved back with his king. Now I can go here with one of my rooks to put some pressure over to queen, but he can capture it with his knight, so that's not really a good deal. But I'm gonna go here with my another rook, so his queen in a little bit dangerous situation. He moved with his knight, so I can capture it with my rook, but he can capture my rook via queen, so that's not pretty cool. But if I go here, he can go here to give me a check. I can capture with my queen, but he would get my queen via a pawn. But in the next round I can work up something with the rooks. But if I go here, he can go here to give me a check, so I will be forced to move somewhere else, so that's not a good deal. If I move here, he can go here. I can capture it with my rook, so he will most likely not go there with his queen. So if I'm here, he can go here, 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 and into next round he can put some pressure over the rook, but I can move it. So yeah, for now I will move here with my king. I don't know which move do you talking about, but that was a situation where he could have been take my queen with knight. So that was not so pleasant. Now he's giving me a check via pawn, but I can, if I'm moving here, he can move here again with his knight. I can move here, I think. Yeah, so he can move here, and if he moves here, he can give me a check again, so that's not cool. If I'm moving here, and if he moves here with his knight, he can give me a check again. But if I move here, he can go here, 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 here. Okay, I think that's the way. And again, he have almost 7 minutes and I only have 1 minute, so I need to be careful what I'm doing. So yeah, that was a situation. I will scroll back where my queen is in a little bit dangerous situation. And I'm hoping that the stream is going correctly because I see some buffering now in OBS. Now he give me a check again, but now I can capture his knight via my king, and I'm gonna do it because I don't really have much time to think. Now he's giving me a check again. I will just keep pushing my king because I don't really have time to think. Now he moved with his king, so I can come here to give him a check. Moved again with his king. I will move that pawn to move the other pawn, but he moved here with his queen. Oh, maybe he will go for a queen transaction. I only have 70 minutes, so I need to focus. Don't lose this game. Yeah, he traded queen. Now I'm gonna push the rooks. And if I can go here, I can give him a check, except if he moves there with his king. Now I lose one of my pawns. And my internet is gone and I'm gonna lose it because of that. I get disconnected and get connected back. And yeah, but I only have 4 seconds, so it's not sure that I would have been managed up a checkmate, but that sucks that my internet love to disconnect because it's a mobile internet connection, so it's not the most fixed one. And I'm hoping the stream is going now, because that disconnection is disturbed to stream 2 and to game 2. But yeah, there was a situation where he could have been go for my queen for totally free, I think. So I'm trying to scroll back where it was. And that's way too into the beginning. Yeah, not here. And there was a situation where he could have been take my queen, but I don't really remember where it was. I think this is it. So yeah, I was taking a rook via my knight, and I was going for it, and my queen was in danger because of the knight. It's true that if he takes to queen via to knight, I can take to knight with my king, but I didn't move my queen. Instead I took that rook, and now he could have been take my queen, but he didn't do that because he moved back his queen. Maybe he was scared that I'm moving my queen over here or my rook, but that wouldn't have ended up in a checkmate, so he blundered here. I think I blundered and he also, or I don't know how to call it. I'm not really raging about it, that my internet connection got lost, because I was playing some League of Legends and some CSGO, and there was a time when I was 14, I was pretty raging about these competitive games, but after that I recognized there is nothing to worry about it, so that's only a game, but it sucks when it happens that my internet goes into a vacation or something. So yeah, now I see my internet connection is still not stable and breaking up every time. So I'm gonna go out fastly and try to fix it. So I will be back in a second. But if it's everything alright, the stream is already back into the air. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna check it out. But it doesn't really seem like that my internet is lovely. Maybe I'm gonna need to restart it again or not, I'm not sure. It doesn't even want to load up the stream. But yeah, it seems like my internet connection is not the best right now. But maybe now Now it got better, not sure. Now my streaming is loading up, so there is some internet connection in the air, but not sure. So yeah, now it seems like the stream is going again, but it seems it's lagging. I'm not sure why it does that. Yeah, I need to manage a little bit more with the router because it's striking currently. It seems like. I'm hoping that it helped a little bit on the stream. So now instead of red marking, I get a yellow one. So if everything is correct, the stream is going again okay. Sorry for the problem, but that's how internet connection with mobile internet goes. So sadly I cannot bring in via internet. So that's why I have these problems, but next year maybe I can manage with the internet product that I can have a wired internet. Anyways, I'm hoping the stream is going okay now, and it seems like it's going okay. So I'm gonna start a new game. And my cat is dropping stuff out of the window, not really out of the window, but down, and I don't really appreciate it actually. So everything is coming up, so I can win the game, and I aborted the game. So I'm gonna start a new one anyways. This is the most quality stream that you can see in YouTube, I think so. Now he opened up with the pawn from forward his king, so I'm going for it. Now he's securing to king via bishop, so sadly the knight is still there, so I can go here to take another pawn, and maybe after that I can go for the rook, but that not really happened. So now I'm gonna bring out this knight to work it up here. So yeah, now my queen is in a little bit of a danger, so I will need to move it here. So this is the position where it's not in danger. So in the next one maybe I will move my queen over here. Yeah, because he pushed with his bishop, and that's not really lovely. Now he can castle, but I don't really want that to happen, because if that happens I cannot take the pawn here. So yeah, now I will need 9 games, I think. Yeah, to reach 600 elo. But I cannot longer go here because the rook is defending it. But I cannot go here with my knight because he can take it with his bishop and via his knight, so that's not a good idea. But I can go here via my bishop, but there is no point because I can go here because the knight is defending the position there. So yeah, I will need to work up some other plan. So I will need to bring out my black bishop, so I will bring it here. So in the next round I can go for that knight, and if he... Anyways, I need to do some replanning. So now if I come here with my queen, it will be safe. And I also gonna do some other music because it's now a little bit disturbing. I mean, unpleasant. So now I'm waiting for his move. If he moves here with his pawn, or he's moving with his bishop currently. So I can no longer go here or here because the knight is defending that square. But I can come out with my black bishop and go for that knight. It's true that he can take with the pawn or with his queen, but at least in the next round I can come here with my queen, and sadly I cannot bring out my bishop here now. So for now I will just go for this knight over here because I don't want to deal with it. I need to break up a little bit the knight defense here. And yeah, he's taking with his queen. Now my queen is in danger because of a bishop and because of a queen. So maybe it's the best idea for me to go for a queen transaction because I can go here or here to give him a check. I can bring back my queen over here. Maybe in the next round I can go for this pawn. And he cannot take my knight because the pawn defending it. So for now I will just do that. I want to save my queen, so... And I don't know if you still hear Testa because there was some technical issues. But how come did you learn some Luna programming? And yeah, he came out with his white bishop over here, and if I come here with my queen, he can go for this pawn. But I can bring out my knight, so there is nothing to worry about for now. And now I'm also putting some pressure over his black bishop, so I can take it if he doesn't manage up something. And he only came out with a rook, so that's good for me. So now I can take the black bishop for nothing. But he can also go for my rook if I don't move that pawn. And yeah, he did that as I said. Now if I come here he can take with his knight, but if he doesn't maybe I can work up something to give a check. Yeah, I cannot take that knight because the queen is currently defending it. But I can go for this pawn. Into next hand I can come out with my bishop, except that if he takes the knight I will get the check, so yeah, okay. Now I can give a check. He can block it with the knight. Oh, good to see you back. I had some technical problems with my internet connection, so that wasn't pretty cool. I have some favorite singers. When I was a teenager, I listened to many of Lil Peep, but it's an OG and it's not a really good image actually because there was some issues with drugs for him. But I loved his songs. I don't really have a singer currently that I'm really up for. I'm trying to think about it, but I'm also thinking about how to give him a check. and I will also do a castle because he started to build up his queen and bishop over there, so at least I'm trying to defend it via rook. So now I can't really go here with my queen because he would get it with his rook. So that's not really cool. And I can't also go here to give him a check because he can take it with his queen. But if I move here with the pawn, I can move. If I move here my pawn, I can move here because the knight is securing the position. And now if I take that pawn, bishop with my rook, it's the bishop is currently safe here because nothing putting pressure on it, and I'm also pinging that knight over there. But it's good that you say that the bishop is there, because now if I move my pawn over here, he can take it with his queen because I will take it with the pawn, and into next round I can move my queen over there because he can't move with this knight because it's currently pinging the bishop. So it's good that you say that. So now I can work up something. And my cat attacked me again. Before that, like 4 moves ago, I will remember to check out the 14th move. I will check it out. Now he moved with his queen, so it's no longer in danger for him. But now I can go here to give him a check. And my internet connection started to acting up again, don't know why. Now if I go here, I can give him a check. But it's not good because if I do that, he can come back with his king. I'm thinking how to solve this problem, but if I go here with my rook, and my queen was sacrificed for nothing again. Yeah, that game is most likely lost again, sadly, because I didn't pay attention again. That's not really lovely. Yeah, this game most likely lost, sadly. Yep, he's going 4 to pieces. I can't even save. I can save the bishop if I'm going here. I can only manage up a draw. He came here with his rook. I can give him a check if I coming here. We can go here into the next. I'm gonna try. I can get his rook, but into next round if he moves here, I can take with my bishop, but he can also move here with his queen into the next round, so... Well, at least I get one more rook, but that's a checkmate for him. Yeah, so that's usually when I'm streaming, I just have a losing streak. But I'm gonna check out the 14th move where you said the bishop was hanging. So the bishop was there and there. So I don't know, what did you think here? Yeah, we can play a match, but don't you want to check out which bishop situation you were talking about? Because I'm curious too if I missed something. Yeah, there. I could have been take the bishop, now I see. Yeah. I could have been take that bishop. Now I see it. So that was the 13th move where I could have been take the bishop with my queen, so that would have been a good find. So, yeah. My name changed. I don't know if you added me for a friend or not. My new name, I will write it down if you wait a second. And also it's good that I was writing into the chat because I saw I didn't put marking like a chess mark and other mark. So firstly I'm gonna change name, maybe if I can young some new viewers. So now I'm gonna play it against the fast Roberto Prevost. He's at 627 elo. He's playing with the black pieces, I play with the white pieces. So I'm gonna open up with that pawn. And also gonna put some hashtags over to stream. So yeah, I already did that. Now he opened up with the pawn that goes for from to king. So now my knight is a little bit ping, but I'm gonna move forward with it to secure the board over here. So now I'm gonna wait for his move. I can come out with the queen or with the knight. But now if I'm going here, I cannot work up anything. And I can move here with my queen because the pawn is defending it. So now I will just come here with my pawn. So into next hand I can come out with my queen. And maybe I can do some action after it. But currently my knight is in a little bit of pressure. So I will move it here, into next hand I can move it here, giving him a check. He moved out his knight. But now I'm gonna wait a little bit, because if I can move my queen over here, I can give him a check. So if I move here, after that I can move my knight over here. Now he puts some pressure over to knight, but I can come here, giving him a check. And if I'm not a dummy, he will move his bishop over there. But now I can move my knight over here to give him a check. And sadly I cannot go here with my queen because the queen is defending it and I don't defend it with any other pieces. So I miscalculated a little bit. But if I go here with my knight, he can get it with his king and he will most likely do that. Because if he doesn't deal with it, I can get his queen or his rook. But after that I can... So if I move my knight over here, in the next round he will get it with his king. And into the upcoming round I can move out my bishop over here, giving him a check again. He will most likely to move it back somewhere, and if he moves it here I can give him a check, but yeah, he will have only these two squares to go. And if that happens, if he goes back here, I can move my queen over here, and into next round I can move it forward. But if he goes there, I don't really think so that I have a choice what to do, and I fucked it up. Because for first I should have been moved here with my knight. I can also do a castle over here, and I fucked it up. Just as I was talking about how can I screw it. Well, I mean, how do I make the moves? And I made that, and after that I saw I lost my queen again because I didn't pay any good attention for it. Now I could have been take that pawn, but he would get my rook with his queen. So maybe for now I will move with my rook here. Now my bishop is in a little bit danger, and if I would take with my bishop, and so I mean this one, he can get it with his queen, so that sounds pretty cool. If I move here into next round, he can move here with his pawn, and also my rook is hanging there, so that's not pretty cool. But if he takes it, I can take with my rook and manage it into a safe place. And he saw to rook 2. And yeah. Yeah, now my bishop is in a little bit of pressure. But not really, because if he takes it I can take a pawn. I can also move back here with my king. Knight, I mean knight. Now I can move here to put some pressure over to queen. Now he can go here and after make some troubles with his queen. I can't really give a check currently. Now if I go here, he will be forced to move into these two squares because the knight is securing that position. If he goes here, I can give another check with the bishop. I don't know why my internet is keep troubling me. I could have been go here to give even a fork for to rook and for to castle, but I can't really make that happen because the queen would take my knight, so that's not pretty cool, but I can move it here. Yeah, but now I can luckily get his queen. Now I can go for a rook, or I'm gonna check out what I can do. So currently my knight rook is in danger. With my knight I'm securing these two positions, with my bishop I secure these lines. So he have many opportunities to do, so for now I will just go for the queen here. Oh, why did you resign? We should have been played two. But it was a good game. Because it wasn't checkmate already. GG. GG Tester. Why did you resign it? You had more time. I only have 1 minute and left. Oh, you got to go. Okay, we are gonna play another one later on. Have a good night or whatever you're gonna do. Okay, I will happily see you back. So have a good time. Goodbye, Tester. Goodbye, Tester. I cannot really speak. So I will need around 10 game to reach 600 elo. Okay, have a good time. Goodbye. So I'm gonna start a new game. 。  . 。 。 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。
Thank you.
but just that come don't really responsive right now. I put it down to Kate. Okay, so I'm gonna start a new game. To reach 600 elo, I'm playing against Spec 4, but not really because the game was aborted, so. So I'm playing against Choro MG, he's from Benin. I didn't even know about that country. But I'm gonna go for it and try to win the game. But my cat keep coming back. I plan to move my queen here or here, and it was good that I didn't move here because the pawns already have a safe space to go out, and if I go here with my knight, he can get it with his knight and with his queen, so I will need to come up with 2 other pieces to work the trade. I can go also here to give him a check. He will be forced to move his bishop over there, so maybe if I move forward this pawn, he can take it with his pawn, I can take it with my knight, so for now I will just move my other pawn here into next, and I can move my pawn over here to give him a ping again. So yeah, now if I can no longer give him a check because the knight is here. Now he take my pawn with his pawn. Now if I move my queen over here, I can give him a check. But I'm also gonna block my bishop way to go out. For now I will move out with my knight to get more control of the board. So if I move here into next hand, I can go here with my knight. Well, not really, because he can get hit with his knight, and I will get his knight with my knight. But into next hand he could have been take it with queen, but now I can't even go here because his bishop is securing that position here. So that's not really cool if you ask me. But if I go here with my pawn, he can take my pawn with his pawn, but in exchange I will get it with my knight, and he can get it, my knight with his knight, and into the last round I can get his knight, so maybe that's worth it. So for now I will move my pawn over here to make some transactions and break a little bit his pawn defense and knight defense, because he built it up very good. But he didn't go for it. Now if I take his pawn, he can take my pawn with his bishop and get more control of the board here. Except if I move my bishop over here, so I will counter this part. But now he's securing that, putting some pressure over this bishop, and sadly I don't securing currently, but if I go here with my knight, he can get it with his knight. And yeah, there is no more story. But anyways, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna wait for his move, what he's gonna do. But if I would have been go here, anyways, no more longer because the queen is securing that square again. And I can go here because I could have been go for the queen, but the pawn to rook and to knight is securing that position, so that's not pretty cool. And I can't even go here with my queen, so into next hand I could have been go for the rook. But if I go here, I can put some pressure over his queen, so that's cool. He was going for my giving me a check, and after that he most likely wanted to go for the knight. But luckily I could have been go back here. And now he can take the knight with the pawn. I could have been take the pawn with the knight. He could have been take the knight with the queen. Or I can't really go there because the knight is defending that square. But if I go here, I can go for the knight, but I will get it with my queen. And he could have been go here with his. So now I will go here. Now we can go for that knight here. But now I can even save it a little bit. So if I go here. Yeah, now I get rid of one of his knights, but he is still leading with a pawn. So if I could have been get rid of this bishop and with this pawn, I could easily go here to give him a check. Now he moved with his rook. So for now I could have been go here, he could have been go here with his knight. But currently that square is defended by a queen, by a rook and by a knight, so that's not pretty cool. But I can go here. Or not really, because if I do that, I will lose my rook. That's not pretty cool if you ask me. So for now I will go here with my rook, put some pressure over the queen. of course he can go here and still putting some pressure over the rook. But now if I go here, he can get it with his knight, so that's not pretty cool. And still if I go here, he can get it with his knight. And I don't have more pieces to put some pressure over this. But if I go here, he can... So if I go here with my king, he can come up here with his queen or move down with his rook by a square. So and I can take the rook because the pawn is defending it currently. But if I move forward with this pawn by a square, I can bring out my bishop and also my rook will have a path to go on. Now he's putting some pressure over this square. But if he takes it with his bishop, I can take with my bishop and also can take the rook, so I can move to queen to do some bishop to do some action, but I can go here with my queen. I'm putting some pressure over to rook, and even if he going for transaction, I will profit in the end. So I can't really do that because my rook is in danger here. But I can let out my rook now, or I can also move it here. But it can go here, so that's not really a good idea. For now I will just take this pawn, or I can move here with my pawn to put some pressure on the bishop. Yeah, he's leading with the pieces, so it's not really cool. So I'm gonna wait for his move, what it will be. And my cat is really love to falling asleep on my hand and on my lap, but even my legs going to sleep, so that's not really a good thing. Now he moved with his bishop, so now I can bring out my own bishop here. So I'm putting some pressure over his rook over there, so that's cool. And into next round, if I move my rook over here, I can also put some pressure over his bishop, so that's cool. And also if that pawn is gone, I can go for the knight with my bishop, but it's true that I'm gonna lose my bishop, but maybe it will worth it to do it. Now he moved back with his rook, but now I can go for a free pawn and at least I get rid of it, so less pieces defending that knight, and maybe I can go through here. Or maybe I can go through it now because only two knight is defending it. But he can go for my knight, I can take his knight via my queen, but after that he can go for that pawn, giving me a check. I need to think through what to do. But now I'm putting some pressure over his bishop, so that's cool. Now he moves here with his queen. So if I go here, I can. He will go for it with his knight, and he will go. Would go with it with my queen, and after that he can go here and give me a check. But I'm not gonna do that, because even if I move here with my knight, and if he moves here with his queen, he instantly giving me a check. So I'm not gonna get into it. Instead, I'm gonna move here with my rook. So I get a free bishop and also defending that square, so that's cool. So I can put some pressure over his queen. And also I can go for his knight over here. It's good that he can take it with his queen, but into next hand I can get that pawn over here, so that's cool. And now he can also go for my knight with his queen and his rook. But most likely I will break up this defense over here. So now he was going for my rook with his rook. I have two options right now to go and take his rook. He can take my rook via his rook. Into next hand I could have been go here with my bishop. Maybe I'm gonna do that now, because if I go here, he will most likely take it with his queen, but into next hand I can take the pawn. It's true that he can go for my other rook, but my queen is securing that, so for now I will just do that. And now taken away the pawn that was in the way, giving me a check, but it doesn't disturb me. And now he can give me a check, but I can get it with my knight. In exchange he can get my queen too, but I would get his last rook with my rook, so that's a good deal to have. But he didn't really do that. If I am coming here, sadly I cannot give him a check. But if I come here, I can put some pressure over his queen, so that's cool. for him. Now I'm gonna stop it because I need to do something with my internet connection, because that's not really a good thing that it goes away like that many times. So I'm gonna stop the stream now. Maybe I'm gonna start a new one, but I need to do something with it. So I will be right back in a few short term of time. So goodbye till then.